Hi, Mr. Writers. How's your writing going? I got all tripped up today. I had a scene where my main character was arriving, and I wanted her to be surprised that her boyfriend was waiting for her. And I thought, well, wait, how can she be surprised if she sees his car, parked in front of her house? And I went around in circles for a while, and then I went, what if he got a different car? And so I solved that problem. But anyway, that's the kind of little tiny stuff that happens when you're writing. Today, I wanted to talk about shortcuts to writing like a pro. And essentially, these are tips for beginning writers, but there's certainly things that every writer needs to think about um, while they're putting their story together. So I'm going to look at 5. These are traps that mark beginning writers as beginners. And professional writing is geared toward readers. I know when you're writing, you want to tell your story and you're all excited about it. But what you want to do is keep your reader in the story. So anything that draws the reader out of the story, calls attention to your writing, is not worth it. Um, Writing craft takes practice, and the benefit for you is that your story is appreciated. Your readers like it. They don't get stuck on little things that you do that take them out of the story. And of course, the more you write, the more your craft will improve. So, um, learn to recognize these mistakes to improve your writing craft and move your writing on to the next level. Uh, as your awareness builds, you'll be able to catch these at the first draft level, right while you're writing. But definitely go back for your second draft and make sure you haven't done any of these things. So the first thing is characters who bellow, whisper, exclaim, and whine. So don't underestimate your readers. Said is all you need. The words your characters say give your readers the clues they need to understand the emotion. This is usually true. Readers mentally skip the word said, so you can keep them in your story just by saying said. Especially if you have a long dialogue, you want to make sure every once in a while that your reader's aware of who's speaking. So even then, you don't need to use it that often. It's just kind of a little reminder. If you need to emphasize an emotion, so instead of using those words to describe how they said it, um, give them an action that mirrors that emotion. Um, Craig pounded the table with his fist and said, so stick with said or ask. It'll keep your manuscript clean, and it's really all you need. Another one is use italics for emphasis. You don't need italics. They're just like exclamation points. You don't need them to emphasize words or phrases. If your character is thinking, write the sentence so the reader knows. It's going to be pretty obvious if action is going on and your character has a thought about what's happening and you say their thought. You don't need to put it in parentheses. And plus, it's going to save you a lot of formatting headaches. Uh, so the easiest thing to do is to just cut the italics and trust your reader. Another one is head hopping in a scene. What is head hopping? Well, that is in your scene, you're usually following one main character called the point of view character. That's the character from whose point of view the story is unfolding. It's what they see, it's what they think. If you jump to another character's head in the middle of a scene, it's actually very confusing for your reader. So if you want to be in a different character's head, have another scene just for them. You want to keep, in each scene, you want to keep the reader in that particular point of view character's head. Hopping back and forth between characters actually confuses your readers. So if you really feel that it's important to be in that other character's head, write a separate scene just for them with their point of view. So basically, rule of thumb, one point of view per scene. Okay. All right. And then the next one is weighting down nouns and verbs with modifiers, with adjectives and adverbs. And this is part of your craft. It just takes practice because you are a wordsmith, you're a storyteller. So you want to choose your words with precision. The more precise you are with your word choice, the less you need adjectives and adverbs. So choose a strong verb over a generic verb with an adverb or two. One way you can do this is in your manuscript, is search for words that end in ly and see if you can change that sentence so you've eliminated that adverb. So cut the adverbs and use a strong verb. And there's lots of resources online for strong words that you can use. And just it takes work. And as you keep writing, you'll improve your craft. But definitely get rid of the adverbs and actually use your adjectives sparingly. Okay, and the last one, I see this a lot with brand new writers, is showing off your smarts. Readers don't care how smart you are. It's truth, the readers don't care how smart you are. They just want a good story. That's what readers want. They want a good story. So don't use big words when a simpler one will do. Skip over writing complex descriptions to show how much you know about something, and just get out of the reader's way so they can follow your story. So simple, clear writing keeps your reader turning pages. So I think the easiest way to say this is art comes from your craft, and you'll develop your craft by writing. So keep writing, keep practicing your craft. You'll be way ahead of novice writers who ignore writing craft and think their story idea is all it takes. To present your story to your reader in an engaging way, you do need the craft. You do. Readers prefer a well-told story. And if you look at a lot of writers out there in the world, you're going to find out that they have deep and interesting backgrounds. They're smart. They don't have to tell their readers they're smart. They tell a good story. So just keep that in mind. The story isn't about you. The story is about the story. Um, if you follow these 5 simple craft ideas, you'll separate you from the many, many writers who are too impatient to learn. And that's what it is. And your storytelling will improve. Readers will enjoy reading your stories. And, and craft makes your story a good read. So practice your craft. All right, that's it for today. I'd love to hear your comments. And thank you for being here. And share your highs and lows and your frustrations and your accomplishment in the group. And I'll see you next week.